All right, 97.1, good to have you with us. Ho-hum, just another win after trailing in the seventh inning. Their 13th of the year. You know, it's only like a plus 600 odds of you pulling it off, but that's just what this team does. It's the voodoo. Mm-hmm. They just keep voodooing.
You just expect it.
Kenny said it best. I mean, he's sitting there down 3-0 in a game they looked lifeless, and confidence is there. They'll figure it out. They'll get it done. And they do. Mm-hmm. Every at-bat, every pitch, every big moment, every big thing they need to happen happens.
I wasn't even a little bit worried, though. I wasn't, shaking in my seat going, I don't think there's a shot we win this.
Kenny, I was a litlittle bit until they pulled it to 3-2, and then at that point, I'm like, they got this.
Yeah, it's like mortal certainty. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, 3-0. I'm like, okay, you know what? They're entitled to just an off day. And I was almost willing to write it off. Wait a minute. It's 3. Yeah.
Rico, that brings them to 30-11. Yeah. Their last 41. Yeah. And 13th win when trailing after 7, which is a gigantic number. My question to the people, whether you're leaving the ballpark or you have the game on as you're driving home from work, what the hell are we watching? Like, what is the comparative to this? It's sure as hell not 2006. They were good from the start. It's not 1984. They went 35-5 and then 500 the rest of the year.
The beauty of it is, if they win the whole thing, Mike, maybe we'll hear about the ending and like, well, this team went 34-11, so we don't have to ever hear about the 35-5 again.
But my point is, I don't have a comparative.
No.
I've never seen the Pistons do anything like it. I've never seen the Lions do anything like it. I don't have any. There's no baseball comparative. The Mets in 73 were the last team to do something like this. That's 51 years ago. Like, I would love to hear from you guys. Because when you start making comebacks after the 7th inning normal and expected, you're doing something insane. You're doing something incredible. Mm-hmm. So what is it? What's the football equivalent? What is it?
Is it your Giants?
What, in 07?
Yeah.
We were a 500 team, got hot in the playoffs. I don't know. That feels like a disrespect to these guys who are now 11 games over 500.
No, Mike, I'm just trying to figure out. It wasn't the slight at your Giants. It's just you're trying to think of like that team that was left for dead, and they just.
Do you realize on August 20th, they were still 9.5 games out of the wild card? August 20th, 9.5 games out.
I remember having shows saying, hey, guys, we'll talk about the Tigers if they can get within 5 games of 500. Other than that, there's nothing to talk about. And now here we sit. I don't think, you know what? This may be the unicorn, Mike. This may be the first. They may be the team.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, you're doing it. Uh-oh. Whoa, you all right? Oh, Kenny just threw the phone across the room.
I'm great. Don't worry about it.
What's the issue? You good?
Yeah. I'm just answering phones back here. That's all.
He's pulling double duty.
I got you. All right, Kenny's spicy today.
Oh.
He didn't. They screwed up his lunch order. He's unhappy.
What am I doing? You said,
I was going to hit a drop, but the drops aren't on. It was the idea of, are you about to go full Costa?
Oh.
You using the D word?
I'm not using the D word, Mike, but I'm saying.
Not that word, the other one.
The fact that we have never seen this before, they may be the first. Like, they're that, what is it, University of Maryland, Baltimore, whatever, who was the first 16 to beat a 1. No one ever thought it would happen until it happened. Maybe this team is just the first to pull off this, that for years on, people will say, remember the Tigers in 2024.
I don't think anyone will ever forget the run. What it turns into, I have no idea. We've talked all week. I mean, there's really only, it's like 1.5 teams that I don't think you're going to beat. And I think it's more coin flippy than people think with the Orioles. I know here they think it's a certainty. It's not, especially that the Orioles have gotten healthy.
But
I don't think you're beating the Yankees, but that doesn't mean you can't. But this vibe, this energy about this team, the fact that AJ is doing exactly what he did at the end of last year, which is full optimization of the 28-man roster, the idea that you're using every piece. But, Rico, it's that every piece, every move, it's working every time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get blackjack every time, every hand. And that's what's happening. And you're like, all right, well, I guess this is the greatest blackjack run of this team's life.
Yeah, I've never seen it for like this long and making it sustainable. I've seen it for games where you think of the Oilers and the Buffalo Bills and that comeback, or you think of the series where the Red Sox were left for dead and they came back. No, but I'm saying,
how dare you?
They're series.
How dare you?
I've never seen it sustained for this long.
No. And not by a group that has next to no pedigree.
Yeah. And that's what makes it even more, it makes zero sense, because this isn't like you have a bunch of all-stars. This isn't like, okay, they were all hurt at the beginning of the year and now they're all back and you knew they were going to be good. They just weren't together. It's just,
very few guys not named Riley Green or Parker Meadows are consistently good. They're just good on different days.
Yeah.
Today is a Sweeney day. Tomorrow will be a McKinstry day. And the day after that will be a Kerry Bonds day. And after that, it's this spin a wheel, and they're coming up aces. So for people, like we talked about this yesterday, if you guys didn't get a chance to listen, no problem. I'm not poo-pooing any of it. If you think they're going to win the World Series, who the hell am I to tell you they're not? I mean, I try to remain somewhat pragmatic about stuff, but guys, 13 wins when trailing after the 7th. You shouldn't have that in 2 years. And this team on the regular just does it. There's no quit. There's a belief. And the most dangerous thing for a young team is twofold. A, not knowing you're not supposed to be here. And B, having a belief in yourself. They clearly believe.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, this bullpen. All right, you get down 3-0. Could have been 4-0. Hey, look, let's just bring Mariano Rivera to the bullpen, a.k.a. Bo Brisky. Can't hit the guy. Bo Brisky, used to be an opener. He was an emergency starter in the past. Now he's a guy who comes out of the pen throwing 100. Can't hit him. You need 6-out saves? I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Get Briskied. I mean, look at last night. They throw Gunter in the game.
Yeah.
Guy comes in, 17 strikeouts in 2 innings. You're like, yeah, sure, why not? Who? Got a 5 ERA in the minors.
He got a 5 ERA in the minors, and the only reason they called him up is because they traded away Jack Flaherty. And they're like, we need an arm. And all of a sudden, now he's the next great setup pitcher.
He's Fernando Valenzuela. 100%. I mean, it's just, I'm asking, what are we watching?
And when you need to, you can just have somebody make their first major league start. Why not?
No problem.
Yeah.
248-539-9797. More on the Job thing a little bit later. We'll talk about, obviously, they needed to get his feet wet. But it's just this idea, that's not how they're going to use him in the playoffs. I have 0% belief that's how they're going to use him. They have to they're going to have to put him in an uncomfortable spot. That's why he's here.
I think over the next 3 games, you'll see that.
Maybe.
You can't have his first pressure situation be in the playoffs.
I can do whatever I want. Oh. Well, hold on. AJ at this point could have him close Game 7 of the World Series. He'd have an immaculate inning. Mm-hmm. 9 strikes, 9 swings.
No.
Game over.
Yeah, we need a level of difficulty here. Come here, Jackson.
With the bases loaded.
Put this blindfold on. Now.
Bases loaded, blindfolded, and we're going to be hitting you with a paintball gun.
Right.
Wouldn't even matter.
Struck out the side.
So you guys tell us, is there a comparative in your time as a sports fan to what the hell you're watching with this team? And Fangraphs can go to hell. 92%, Fangraphs, blow it out your ass. It's 100%. That Fangraphs just won't give in. They just won't give us that little, Michigan fans know what the word is. Oh, asterisk. They won't give us one of those. This coffee's delicious, in case you guys wondered out there. That is me when I take the first sip of coffee. It is.
I see it all over your face when you take that first sip, man.
Dude, coffee drinkers know. It just hits different. It's comforting. It's warming. Really? 248-539-9797. We'll give Kenny a chance to catch up. Full rack. People want to talk. People want to party. We're here for it. 97.1.